Petra, more than a wonder. The city of Petra, capital of the Nabatean Arabs, is one of the most famous archaeological sites in the world. It is located 240 kilometers south of the capital Amman and 120 kilometers north of the Red Sea town of Aqaba. Petra, the world wonder, is undoubtedly Jordan's most valuable treasure and greatest tourist attraction, and it is visited by tourists from all over the world. It is not known precisely when Petra was built, but the city began to prosper as the capital of the Nabatean Empire from the 1st century BC, which grew rich through trade in frankincense, myrrh, and spices. Renowned for its charm and ancient cultural heritage, Petra marks the achievement of an impressive civilization, the Nabatean Arabs, who perfectly carved the city into its mountains. It was considered the most important strategic location as a link and point of convergence between the Arab Peninsula to the south and the Levant in the north, to the far country of China, and to the heart of Europe. 5 must-know facts about Petra. First, Petra was named one of the new 7 wonders of the world by UNESCO in 2007. The organization described the historic site as one of the most precious cultural properties of man's cultural heritage. Second, Petra also goes by the name the Red Rose City. This name stems from the pink color of the stone that the Nabateans carved to build the city. Third, the Lost City is another popular name Petra goes by. The Western world had no knowledge of Petra's existence until 1812. In fact, no European had entered the ancient site since the Crusades before that year. Fourth, the Western world rediscovered Petra thanks to Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, a Swiss explorer who traveled to Petra in 1812. He dressed up as an Arab and convinced his Bedouin guide to take him to the lost city. After this, Petra became increasingly known in the West as a fascinating and beautiful ancient city. Fifth, Petra has been a popular film location in Jordan and is iconic around the world. The Mummy Returns and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade both had their crews shoot a few scenes at Petra. Fascinating facts about Petra history. Sixth, Petra is one of the oldest cities in the world. Archaeologists believe the Nabateans established the city in 312 BC. Seventh, it was the capital city of Nabateans, an ancient Arab tribe who inhabited northern Arabia and the southern Levant and arrived in Jordan around the 6th century BC. 8. The Nabateans didn't call it Petra. According to the ancient historian Josephus, evidence suggests the Nabatean knew Petra as Rachemo, the Aramaic name for its royal founder. 9th, archaeologists have explored only 15% of Petra, and this is one of the most surprising and exciting facts about Petra. Most of the city remains underground, but it only means that there are more wonders to come. 10th, Petra was home to 3 different peoples through history. The Edomites inhabited Petra from 18th to the 2nd century BC, the Nabateans from 2nd century to 106 BC, and the Romans from 106 to 395 BC. 11th, despite having been home to numerous tribes, most of the remains archaeologists have excavated date back to the Nabateans period. 12th, an earthquake hit Petra in 693 AD, The terrible earthquake devastated Petra's water irrigation system and destroyed many of its buildings. 13th, Petra appears numerous times in the Hebrew Bible. The ancient city sits inside Wadi Musa, which means Valley of Moses in Arabic. According to the Bible, Moses passed through the valley and struck water from the rock for his followers at the site of Ain Musa, or Moses Spring, Moses' well. The Nabateans built channels that carried water from that spring to the city of Petra. 14th, Petra was one of the most famous water stops in the Middle East. I know it's hard to conceive Petra as a water stop when you see its dry landscape. Take a look at the next fact to understand how the Nabateans got the water. 15th, the Nabateans were excellent engineers. Recent excavations at Petra uncovered a complex irrigation and water storage system that enabled the tribe to transport water from the springs in the hills outside of Petra into the city. 16th, Petra was home to lush gardens. Yes, this is one of the most fascinating Petra facts. Their inhabitants designed stunning artificial gardens with fountains, ponds, and swimming pool, thanks to their complex irrigation system, a true oasis in the desert. 17. When it was discovered, the Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt disguised himself as an Arab traveler to enter Petra. 18. Some Nabateans' descendants still call their home Petra. The Bedouin tribe claims they are descendants of the original Nabateans, and some members still live in the ancient city and nearby Wadi Musa. You can see them roaming around as a Bedouin, and other Bedouin tribes work as tour guides inside Petra. General facts about Petra. 19. The name Petra has Greek roots. It derives from the Greek word Petros, which means rocks. Number 20. The entrance to Petra is the Sik, a narrow gorge around 1 kilometer long. 21st. Petra's centerpiece is the treasury or Al-Khazneh, a 40 meters high monument with a stunning facade. It is the first thing you see after you exit the Sik. 22nd. The treasury is actually a graveyard. While it looks like the entrance to a rock-carved castle, the treasury is a magnificent tomb. 23rd. Petra is home to more than 600 tombs. Like many other ancient civilizations, the Nabateans honored the memory of their dead and carried numerous mortuary rituals once they left the material world. 24th. Petra has more tombs than the Valley of the Kings in Luxor. The Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt houses a fascinating set of 63 carved tombs and mausoleums, while Petra houses over 600. 25th. The Nabatean capital city aligns with the sun. The Nabateans built Petra so that their sacred places would receive direct sunlight. This is one of my favorite facts about Petra, as it shows how the Nabateans' building style had strong links to their theological beliefs and customs. 26th. Petra was a busy trade hub. The Rose City was at the crossroads of two popular trade routes. One linked the Red and Dead Sea, and the other linked to the Persian Gulf and Gaza. 27. It was also an important epicenter for the commercialization of the silks of China, spices of India, and the incense of Arabia. 28. Petra became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 thanks to its stunning rock formations and historic relevance. Petra is a royal resting place. Petra is packed with intricately sculpted tombs, such as the iconic Urn tomb, many of them carved into the facade of the mountains that overlook the rest of the city. These spectacular monuments are thought to have been the resting place of Nabatean royalty and were carved between the 1st century BC and the 2nd century AD. They stand as an enduring testimony to the wealth and importance of the royal family and the Nabatean elites. However, despite the name, this was actually the final resting place, the mausoleum of the Nabatean king Aretas IV, who died in the 1st century AD. It was nicknamed the Treasury by the local Bedouins who believed that it was packed with riches. The treasury, or Al-Khazneh, is the most famous rock structure of Petra. It's literally the face of the ancient city. It's so popular that most people think the treasury is Petra itself. Al-Khazneh, however, is not Petra. In fact, the famous treasury is not even a treasury. One of Petra's most elaborate and well-preserved structures is believed to be a mausoleum of the Nabatean king Aretas IV. Why was it called the treasury then? The name of Al-Khazneh derives from the urn on the top of the temple. For many years, the Bedouins believed the solid sandstone jar contained vast amounts of gold and gems. If you look really carefully, you can see bullet holes made by promiscuous Bedouins who shot at the urn trying to release the treasure. Continue our interesting facts about Petra with the second most famous structure, the monastery, also known as Adir. The monastery is located in the far end of the ancient city and is not that easy to reach. All those who finish the long trek, however, are rewarded with a glorious sight of the monumental building hewn out of pink rock. Built in the mid-1st century AD, the purpose of Adir is not yet determined. What's pretty sure, however, is that the monastery is not a monastery at all. The current name was given to the structure by the native Bedouins due to the crosses inscribed on the interior back wall during its Christian use in Byzantine times. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel, share it to your loved ones. Goodbye. See